Hi, Fiona. Can you hear me? I'm so sorry for the delay. I have an old wind-up clock and it chimes every 15 minutes. And I had a student in person and I was like expecting to hear the chimes, and I did hear them at the beginning of the lesson, but then it needed to be wound and it tick-tocked
Oh,
itself
that's such a fun reason. Oh,
into
sorry,
like
I'm sorry.
winding down. And so I was like expecting to hear the chimes to tell me there was time for your lesson. And then I like wasn't hearing them and I was like, it seems like it's been a while. And so then I like checked
Oh,
the time and I was like,
sorry.
no, I'm late. But hey, Matt just got a little extra guidance today, I guess.
Oh, good for him. Sorry, seems to be something.
Oh, with the
Is it
video?
working now? Hey, Dad, my
Um,
camera isn't working.
so I just clicked the button to ask to start video. Did it pop up?
My camera. Oh,
Ah,
it works now.
perfect.
Okay, perfect. That's
Got
great.
it.
Okay, never mind.
Yes. Yeah, little
Okay.
technology tweaks sometimes. So yeah, so we're gonna dive
Yeah.
in. You look
So,
really good in that green color.
thank you. It's one of my favorites. I thought I'd tell you before we start that, we
Yeah.
were all questioning last week, oh, why am I like this? Why am I so nasally? Yeah, it turns out I was getting sick. And so now I have like a really bad cough, and I've been trying not to cough, but it's very hard.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah.
Well, sometimes we can actually utilize that nasality. So sometimes when
Gosh,
I
did I
feel
break my
stuffy, I'll just
headphones too?
purposefully practice like
Yeah.
certain songs that it works well on.
I was trying to practice yesterday, and I was like, I cannot do these high notes. It's like
Oh,
they just aren't
yeah.
happening. I'm too.
That's okay. It's probably from the coughing. When we cough,
That's what I
it's
think
pretty
too.
abrasive to the vocal folds. And with all the drainage and stuff, if the mucus sits on top of the vocal folds, it's very irritating.
Yeah,
Um,
I believe it.
and so um, you probably just have like a little bit of swelling and irritation. And so the vocal folds aren't vibrating together evenly. They'll have like little swollen, irritated spots along. And so those parts a little swollen. And so they'll rub, and then the like parts that feel good, those healthier parts that aren't irritated, they can't like get together to vibrate evenly. So we do sometimes have a little bit of trouble with the stretching front to back because they're kind of like sore and tired from the coughing. And then also though, we try to warm up in such a way that we get them filled with hyaluronic acid and, lubricated with the fluid the body makes to even out the vibrations. We try to warm up in such a way that it will evenly press together,
Mm.
where those little bumps get, supported by the other parts of the vocal folds. So with warming up, we'll try to kind of gently coax it into, playing well. Um, and then if we still feel like it's a little bit in a rougher place, I think practicing lower is a great idea. So working on a song that's a little bit lower range. Um, I know that we were excited to practice our Christine Daae, but
Yeah, I think that
sometimes
might
we
not be
just
the best idea
go,
today.
today is not the day. That's okay.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
I
I'll
was
even
really trying
sometimes
not to.
change the song up. Like if I had to perform it and I couldn't do those notes, I would probably just like make up something else, like improvise and do something
That's
that was
fun.
lower.
That's also scary. Have you ever
Oh,
had to do that before?
yeah. Yeah, I've sung a lot with jazz bands, so that helps a lot with that confidence. I still am scared to scat in front of people, but that's okay.
That's fair.
I can do it alone on my own, and then I get too scared to do it in front of people. I've done it in front of a couple friends who I was like practicing with, but I was
That's very
like,
fair.
don't expect anything. And then they were like, that was good. You should do it. And I was like, no.
Yeah.
So, yeah, scatting, it's like you have to listen to trumpet jazz players and try to like imitate them.
Yeah, I was trying really hard not to cough, but I had the kind of illness where like when you breathe
Yeah.
it like tickles weird, and
Oh,
then
yeah. So
you know what
probably
I
you had
mean?
some fluid in your lungs too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's rough. So when that happens with me, I take an expectorant plus a cough suppressant, and that works really well because the expectorant part is going to thin the mucus lining. And then the cough suppressant is going to help your body to not cough because that's our instinct as things are like cleaning out and clearing out is to cough. But if you take that expectorant, it thins everything out and kind of drains it. And then the cough suppressant
Yeah.
just keeps you from coughing. So it just kind of dulls that impulse to cough. So that's what I usually do if I'm in that situation. And I'll take like the 12-hour kind that's like a slow release. And, you know, there's
Oh,
Mucinex, but you
sick.
can also
Yeah.
get like over the counter, same thing. Um, so yeah, that I think would be really helpful probably over the next few days to kind of help your body with cleaning everything out and healing those vocal folds.
Yeah, definitely. I
Our
agree.
bodies are pretty amazing at healing themselves. If you took Mucinex for 3 days and you didn't cough for those 3 days and you were very gentle with your voice, you're going to have all new vocal folds grow in three
So
days.
crazy. I've
So,
heard that fact several times and I believe it,
yeah,
but oh my gosh, that's so wild, like in a good way.
yeah.
It's
We
like,
grow
wow.
an entirely new liver in 7 months.
Wow.
The body is very cool. Your like entire body of cells is replaced in like 2.5 years. You're like a whole new person.
That's so interesting to think about because then the old cells, they kind of like your skin cells, at least. So, like, my old self is somewhere in this house. Oh my god.
Unless you vacuum it up, right?
I do vacuum. Sorry. That's not what I meant.
Right. But yeah, like just random cells just kind of flake off and become dust in the house. Yeah. That is kind of funny to think of. Alrighty, so let's do a little bit of some exercises, just kind of see where we're at and what we're dealing with. And then we're going to pick a song that's a little bit lower to work on today. Maybe we'll do a few simple ones first, like simple songs people know, maybe like a folk song vibe or something. Um, we could do You Are My Sunshine in a lower key. That might be
Oh,
good. Just like a simple song that has like a folksy feel. And then maybe we can pick a song you want to work on that's in that lower key as well. So let's start with, we're just going to sustain on the note. Can we try on me? And we're just going to hold that note out. So breathing in. Me. Nice. And then let's go up here, breathing in. Me. Good. Me. All right, breathing in. It seems like we can't sustain quite as long as we usually can,
mm-hmm.
but that's okay. So that just kind of tells us like probably air is being like wasted and seeping through because we're not getting the full connection, adduction. But also it can be because of having this cold and maybe having some fluid in the lungs. The lungs are just having a harder time right now too. So just it's okay if we have to cut off earlier. Breathing in. Me. Yes. That was longer. That was good. Breathing in. Me. Nice. Good. All right. Me. Lovely. Two more. Me. Me. Nice. Good. Okay, so how did that feel?
Not too bad. Try not to cough. I'm feeling a little bit of tickle, and then like my rib kind of hurts, but I feel like that's unrelated.
Mm.
Or maybe
Yeah,
kind of
so
under my rib a little bit. Like I
so
don't
it,
know.
it probably just like kind of tickles as you're singing, so you've got that instinct
Yeah.
to cough. So what I like to do is first work on some like stretches and things that are going to kind of support the voice. I also like to do breathing exercises when I feel like my voice is tired or needs a little extra care. Um, and then I like to do just kind of like gentle voice therapy style exercises, and then maybe pick, a simple melody that I just practice a chorus or something. Um, so you can start your practice with doing some stretches. You could do some self massage of your face and your neck, not on top of your trachea, but at the sides. You can even rub like the back of your neck and your shoulders there as well. You can practice tongue stretches. So some of those would be stretching out, down, and up a couple times. And you can go side to side. Oh, sorry. And then another, the one I like started to do, is you press into your cheek. I really feel it stretching when I go into my cheek on this side. Let's try tuck your tip of your tongue behind your lower teeth, and we're going to push the back of the tongue forward. And you should feel a nice stretch in the back of the tongue. Then let's try, you're going to stick the tip of your tongue to the roof of your mouth. You're going to slide it back, and then you're going to open your jaw as far as you can go while keeping the tip connected. Yeah, nice. You can do some tongue stretches. You can do some like neck stretches. One that I think works really well that I had my student before you do is you put your hand on your heart, you lift your lip over your bottom lip over your top lip, and then you look up at the ceiling.
That's fun.
Yeah, we use these muscles so much in singing. So it's a really nice way to just stretch those out and be a little kind to them. You can also do like the side neck ones. You can put your hand on top of your head and reach out to pet a dog next to you. And then I like to also roll back and look up and roll forward and look at the floor. So like look up at the ceiling, look down at the floor, and then you get like this side in the front and this side in the back. So that's another thing I like to add. So let's try the other side. And you're going to reach to pet the dog. And we're going to stretch there. And then if you want, you can look down at the floor, look up at the ceiling, just kind of roll. I really like moving stretches. If you hold a stretch still, you really have to hold it for like 60 seconds at least to get any more flexibility. But these moving stretches work faster. I also like them because for singing, moving helps us be really connected to our body and it releases the tension. Yeah, and you can do the rolls too. You can also like chin to chest and then just like look side to side at where the floor connects with the wall. That's another good one to try. So a lot of like neck stretches really help. You can also try like singing through a song and wiggle your jaw the whole time. Ah. Yeah, if you have a tight jaw, I sometimes grind my teeth in my sleep, unfortunately. So I'll wake up with a very tight jaw sometimes. Sometimes I get tension up in my forehead, so I'll massage that out, like little circular massage movements. You also might get kind of tight in your shoulders, so you can do arm stretches like this, or you can go back over your head like that. You also can do the behind and then lift. Sorry, I'm like really close to the computer. And you bring them together in the back and you lift them. So you like join your hands. Exactly, that one. Yeah. So those can be really helpful too. And I also find that stretching out the rib cage can be helpful as well. So doing the side stretches to really open up the rib cage at the side can be nice.
Flashbacks.
And then you can do the other side as well with that. And I also sometimes will do the spinal twists where I like rotate as well. And I find those really helpful for that rib cage as well. So those are some things you might incorporate, particularly when you're not feeling top notch, but you could also try them on days you are feeling good because they might be really helpful.
That's always nice.
Yeah. Yeah. So another thing you could do is sing through on like la 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 and try to keep that jaw stationary and just little flicks of the tongue. La 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 la. And we try not to la 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 move our jaw. We try to keep that still, that it's just relaxed and released down. La 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 as you sing through. So that's another thing you can do to help if you have like tongue tension or like jaw tension affecting the tongue and limiting its movement, locking up. Those can be really helpful. So awesome. You can try to incorporate some of that this week. Let's go ahead and we're going to work a little bit more on the voice. Can I just hear a stretch? So you're going to start low, go to high, and this is wherever it's comfy for you. So we're going to try on whoop and just go where it's comfy.
Whoop.
Yeah, do one more of those. Whoop. Yeah, so today I definitely could hear where it started to have a little like tension and friction and a little more airy. Yeah, so we just mental note that. And we're like, okay, so that's about as high as I can go. So try to just when you start to feel that, just stop. So let's try now high to low, and we'll start a little bit lower than where you just ended. Wahoo!
Wahoo!
Yeah, that probably felt better, right? Yeah, starting a little bit lower. Wahoo!
Wahoo!
Nice. Yeah, good. Awesome. All right, so let's go ahead and try, like I said, just a simple song. Maybe we try the You Are My Sunshine. Let's start a little lower, and let's just do it on ooh. So we're going to go ooh. And so we're starting on the A below middle C. All right, breathing in. Ooh. Ooh. Sorry. Ooh. I had to figure it out. Apologies. Let's try it again. Breathing in. Ooh. Awesome. So let's try now on a do 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 do. Again, try to have little flicks of the tongue, but leave that jaw open. Breathing in. Do 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 Nice, good. All right, so now let's try on the vowels of the word. So ooh, ah, I, o, e, I, ooh, I, I, right? So just you'll think the words, but then you only sing the vowel of the word. So let's try that. If you get a little off, no big deal. Breathing in. Ooh, ah, oh, yeah. Ooh, eh, ah, eh, ah, eh. Ooh, eh, oh, ah, ooh. Good. Now we're going to try on the words, the full words. Keep it a little bit softer, but still see if you can get a little more clarity and a little less fuzziness. Try that, breathing in. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Good. How did that feel?
Pretty good. I still have that tickle right here that's like,
Yeah.
but that's like not. It's just
Yeah.
how it is. So
Right. I feel like if we push to have a really loud volume, that's going to make that worse.
yeah.
So I feel like singing softly is going to be really good. So nice. Let's go ahead then and let's shift over to another song of your choosing. So which one do you want to work on? We're going to think a little bit a little bit lower is what I wanted to say. So definitely not Think of Me. So which other one do you want to look at?
Sorry. So my pieces. I have Think of Me, which is definitely out of the picture. On
We've
My
got
Own's
our
a little
Adele, we've got On My Own.
higher, but that one's kind of more. That one's a little higher, but Adele is like very powerful. So maybe if I could sing the Adele one, but like maybe just a
Yeah,
little
we're going
bit
to practice
less.
it
You know what I
softer
mean?
today. Yeah,
Just a little
focusing on being
softer.
really gentle to the voice. They actually don't recommend that you completely stop singing when your voice is fatigued. They recommend that you sing, but conscientiously, and you use your voice, but you do more gentle, like SOVT exercises, which are the semi occluded vocal tract exercises,
That's
which
a
are
fun
things
one.
like humming or doing like the blowfish is more gentle. You can sing through a straw. You can try singing through a straw in a glass that's a little bit full of water to feel the pressure a little bit differently and try to get like a steady bubbling. You can try singing on the V consonants. Those are all going to be pretty gentle. You also can focus on more open vowel sounds like ahs and ohs and oohs. They're going to be a little bit lighter on the pressure of the vocal folds. So that's also something that you can do that can help. So yeah, I would say probably just with where you're at, you're going to want to focus more on those SOVT kind of songs. We also have our Once Upon a December, but let's go ahead and try first our Adele one that we had first started with. And then I also had in the folder To Make You Feel My Love, the Adele version, but I don't know that we really started that. So let's look at Rolling in the Deep. It goes a tiny bit high, but not like super high. So I definitely think it's doable. So this first time through, do you want to try one of the like lip bubbles or tongue trills, like the brrr, brrr, or brrr? Which one of those do you want to try?
Probably the first one. Because I kind of suck at that one.
Lip
I
bubbles?
need
Okay,
practice.
great. Oh,
I just don't have enough breath usually.
okay.
Exercise.
Yeah, great. So you might also, with having the little bit of a tickle, you might need to take smaller breaths more often rather than larger breaths less often. Yeah, so you might need to adjust that too. So I just wanted to mention that. So let's go ahead and start. at the top of this one with There's a Fire. And we're going to try that right there, breathing in. Let's go ahead and try this next section as well. Breathing in. Okay, into the Scars of Your Love. Breathing in. Nice. So that's one that's really gentle on the vocal folds. Let's try the blowfish exercise next. So that's the. All right, so it's going to be a lot softer. You're puffing everything out and kind of like stretching it open. And it's almost like a hum, but slightly different coordination. So let's try that pufferfish one. Breathing in. Breathe. Breathing in. If it feels too strenuous, you could not go up to the D and instead do like. So instead of like going up to the D of your hand, you could stay on the C instead of going to the D if that feels a little more comfortable. Let's go ahead and try now let's try do 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 do, because the ooh is a little more gentle on the vocal fold. So every syllable gets a do. 1, 2, softly, here we go. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 All right, so I'm going to share the screen with you so you can see the sheet music. Here we go. Share. So you'll be able to see what I'm looking at as well. So let's try. Let's go through that much on the vowels of the words. Yeah. All right. I can also zoom in a little bit to make it a little bit bigger. All right. So breathing in. Breathe. All right, nice. So softly, but still striving for clarity on our words this time. All right, breathing in. Oh, go ahead. Yeah, get some water. We're good. Actually, you could try this. And it might help the throat feel more hydrated.
I drank all my water. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. No problem. Well, when you're practicing. All right, so on the words. Before, another thing you could try to kind of release and relax everything is sliding down into the vocal fry. The ah. You can try that to kind of reset everything. Yeah, because it's like a little vocal fold massage, and also the body is releasing hydration to the vocal folds. Nice. All right, so let's try that on our words. Breathing in. There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching a fever pitch and bringing me out the dark. Finally, I can see you crystal clear. Go ahead and sell me out and I'll be your ship back. See how I leave with every piece of you. Don't underestimate the things that I hope to. There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching a fever pitch, and it's bringing me out the dark. Breathe. The scars of your love remind me of us. They keep me thinking that we almost had it all. The scars of your love leave me breathless. I can't help feeling we could have had it all. Rolling in the deep, you had my heart inside of your hand, and you played it to the beat. Nice, awesome, good. How did that time through feel?
Not too bad. Obviously, I feel like it could have been better,
Yeah, but did you feel like it was the best you could do
Yeah.
today with that run through?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think I could probably do a little. I don't know, but I think so.
Yeah. Let's try just a little bit louder.
All
Think
right.
maybe like a medium soft now. So, like leaning towards a medium loud. Yeah. We have soft, medium loud. So, let's try that medium soft. So, just bump it up slightly. All right. And we'll see how we do. Breathing in.
All right.
There's
There's
a
a
fire.
fire
Yep. It's a little
start.
higher than you first
Yep,
started. You
that's
tried to
pretty
do the
low.
octave lower. Try that again. Breathing in. There's a fire
Fire
starting in
starting in
my
my
heart, reaching a fever pitch and bringing me out the dark. Finally, I
Finally,
can
I can
see you
see you
crystal
crystal
clear.
clear.
Go
Go
ahead and
ahead and
sell
sell
me
me
out, and
out, and
I'll lay
I'll
your
lay your
ship
ship
bare.
bare.
See
See
how
how
I'll leave
I'll
with
leave with
every
every
piece of you. Don't
Don't
underestimate the
underestimate the
things that
things that
I
I
will
will
do.
do.
There's
There's
a
a
fire
fire
starting in
starting in
my
my
heart,
heart,
reaching a
reaching a
fever
fever
pitch, and
pitch,
it's
and it's
bringing me
bringing
out
me
the
out the
dark.
dark.
Breathe. The scars
Scars
of
of
your
your
love
love
remind
remind
me
me
of us.
of
They
us. They
keep
keep
me
me
thinking
thinking
that
that
we
we
almost
almost
had it
had it
all.
all.
The scars
Scars
of
of
your
your
love, they
love, they
leave
leave
me
me
breathless. I
breathless. I
can't
can't
help
help
feeling
feeling
we
we
could
could
have
have
had
had
it
it
all.
all.
Rolling in
Rolling
the
in
deep, you had
had
my
my
heart
heart
inside of your hand, and you
inside, and you
played it
played
to
to
the
the
beat.
beat.
Yeah, nice. How'd that feel?
Pretty good, kind of drying. Like my vocal cords were
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah, so maybe the
dry.
medium loud is too much right now. Maybe we stick with soft and medium soft right now. And things like the or the or the
Yeah.
or the blowfish. Or you can do a hum. You could do an open mouth hum. So you connect the tongue with the roof of your mouth and hum through on the N. Or you can do a closed mouth hum. You can do the V. You could try on ooh, on o, on ah. So you could do like doo doo, or you could do like no, 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 or la, 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 la. You can sing through a straw. And you can also put the straw in water and try as well. So try those this week and try to kind of gently ease it back in. And also try to find the Mucinex that's the expectorant with the cough suppressant.
All right. Guess I
Nice.
didn't really notice until I started doing voice lessons,
Oh,
but I get
yeah.
sick a lot in the winter time.
Oh. And it's been so cold and
I
rainy the
know.
last,
Oh my
several
gosh.
days.
This Saturday we were at a theme park for my school, like the entire day for like 10 hours
Oh
we
my
were walking around
gosh.
in the rain
In the
doing
cold
roller coasters.
rain. I'm sure that did not help. Oi!
It was very cold, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm sure that that definitely affected it. Oh, I can stop
Yeah,
sharing
I
now.
guess I should. Yeah. It was planned
Yeah.
like months in advance, so we didn't think it was gonna be
Yeah,
that cold.
right.
It was our every year the eighth grade
Yeah.
class does a field trip to Kings Island.
You
So
could also try wearing a scarf to keep your neck warm. And you might even wear like a hat, like a beanie or something to keep your head warm because we want to keep especially this throat warm. So even like you could wear like a summer scarf or, a scarf that you wear like even in the day, that you like at school or whatever. That can help because it keeps it warm. Um, so that might be helpful as well.
all right.
Yeah. Try taking some warm water and put like honey and lemon in it. You
Ooh,
also
yum.
could put apple cider vinegar. It probably won't taste very good. but it will help to kind of like clear everything out. So,
Whatever you
um,
gotta do,
but
right?
yeah, like at least the warm water with honey and lemon, sipping on that through the day can be really helpful.
Yum.
So if you have like a thermos bottle, you could make that in the morning and then you could like sip it periodically through the day at school.
That's a good idea. I'll have to do that.
Yeah. And maybe even for lunch, if you have like one of those lunchbox thermoses or something that you can put like warm soup in it,
That's
and then you
actually
could
what I
have
had for
that for
lunch today.
lunch, like some broth and things. Um, yeah, like I feel like doing things to kind of keep this warm is going to be really helpful. And we want to just kind of keep it soothed.
All right, I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I actually read this whole article about how chicken soup actually does help your throat feel better. Like it's very soothing and
That's what
it
I had for
like
lunch
coats
today.
the
That was very
throat.
nice.
Yeah. Yeah, so doing those kind of things really can be helpful. And even like um at home, you could maybe like suck on popsicles to give your body some vitamin C, which helps your body absorb water. And also, that cooling can be kind of nice, as well. I know I just said like keep your neck warm, but every now and then it can feel really nice to like suck on a popsicle when your throat's sore as well.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah. I like to make homemade popsicles. I think it's fun.
I
So
like
then
to
I
do
get
that
like all
too.
these different flavors and, fruit juices and things. Um, yeah, I
That
think
is
it's
fun.
fun. And I've got like dinosaur shaped ones and like
Ooh,
really
cute.
fun
We have
shapes.
little watermelon ones.
Oh, cool. That's fun. Yeah, I have some that are like crayons as well
So
and
cute.
like just like different shapes. Some of them are shaped like an ice cream cone, so pretty fun.
That is
Yeah,
fun.
so try to just take extra good care of yourself and just be mindful of what your body needs and be extra gentle with your voice and just kind of rest your voice more right now.
Of course. Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
but don't whisper because that is actually more strenuous
I know.
on
I
your
just heard
voice.
that. I was like, that's so interesting, but I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah. Yeah. When we whisper, we keep like gaps in the vocal folds and they like rub against each other differently, and it's a lot more fatiguing. Whereas if we have clarity, we're lining up evenly and the vocal folds are like fully supporting all along instead. So it just gives them a lot more support. So that clarity is something to strive for.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Well, I hope you feel better soon. It does sound like you're more towards the end of the cold, which is
Yeah,
good.
definitely. I can feel that. I'm at the
Yeah.
stage where it's just like, the very remaining bits of the symptoms.
Yeah. Just the last little bits. Yeah.
So it should
Um,
be better for next week. Oh,
yeah.
yeah, we were
Right.
talking about like picking new songs for like summertime, and
Right.
I've been
Yeah.
thinking about that.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So maybe we can talk about those next
Yeah,
time and
that's
maybe
what I was
start one of
thinking
them.
as well.
Yeah, great. I love that.
All
And if
right.
you want to like send me any songs you're thinking of, like text them to me or something, then I can go listen to them and see if I can find sheet music and stuff ahead.
Cool. Thank you
Cool.
so
Yeah.
much.
Nice.
Yay.
Alrighty, well, great
All
work
right.
today. Be extra kind to your voice again. Um, if you have any congestion, using a neti pot can be helpful or something similar to that. Taking the saline solution that like squirts up through your sinuses and comes out the other side, and it just fully clears all of that out, and like any congestion comes out the other side, and you just like lean over a sink or like in the shower. Um, it like it's kind of gross, but then it's like, oh, all that gunk is gone now. And also that saline solution is going to like disinfect and it's also going to be really soothing and healing to the sinuses.
Cool.
So that could also be a helpful thing. So just some little suggestions that hopefully, make you feel better.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Alrighty, well have a good rest of your week and I'll see you
I
soon.
will.
Bye.
Bye.